Beautiful view, isn't it? Oh wait, what's this? Oh yeah, you guys are here for a car review. This is a 2010 Toyota Camry, and this is about as regular of a car as it gets. So what do we have here? It's just, your average Toyota. Plain color, wheel trims instead of alloys, but I mean they're strong, so they got that going for them. And as you can see, it's a daily because it's covered in bugs, but it's a good little car. Let's have a look under the hood. Let's see what we got lurking under there. Spoiler alert, it's not a 2JZ. Sorry to disappoint you guys. Let's see. There we go. One thing I absolutely love about this car is this is the only car I've ever had that's had gas struts instead of a little prop rod there. So that's a little bit of a bonus. One thing I hate though, this airbox is literally the worst thing. I mean, it does its job, of course, but you have all of this, all the piping and the sensors and all that, and when you take this off and you're trying to wrench this up and it hits this, and you're like, it's driving you nuts trying to get that up far enough to shove the new air filter in. But thankfully it doesn't need to be changed all the time. And I mean, yeah, you could put a cold air intake on it, but what's the point? This is a older Corolla or Camry, and it doesn't even have the V6 here. It's got the 4-cylinder 2-way RFE, which I believe was the same engine that the Scion TC had. So, but the Scion TC was also way, way, way lighter. This weighs 1,500 kilos. I can't exactly remember how many pounds it is, but anyway. It's a good little car though. It's a perfect car for grandma to go to church in. That's what this car was used for years. And now I have it. And yeah. And it's got the automatic, but that's all right. The manual versions of these, they look a little bit weird. Like about 99% of Camrys I've ever seen in my life have had automatics. To see one that's in manual is just like seeing a unicorn. And you could have gotten ones with like wood trim, and like some of them had dual climate control and all this stuff. And it pretty much, like, if you got that, it was pretty close to looking like a Lexus at that point. You get the leather seats and all that. But anyway, let's take her for a spin here. Before I take off, I gotta show you this. This is so weird to me. So you have a manual mode in this. This is a S/D thing. So you put that to the side and you hit up or down. But okay, look at that. I'm at a standstill and it's in 4th gear. That doesn't make any sense to me. That tells me that it doesn't want to really be used in manual mode. So my advice is just to always use drive. I mean, you're not really, this isn't a performance car. If you want a performance Camry, you should definitely consider the new TRD Camry. Those are pretty cool. But that said, you're getting into Lexus territory when it comes to stuff like that. And this car, as plain as it is, this is a good car. It's a Toyota at the end of the day. It's gonna be reliable. Let's see here. We'll give a little bit of the business to it. Now was at 5,000. It doesn't, even if I was in manual mode, it does not want to rev. This car just wants to be for cruising, and that's kind of how the handling feels too. It feels a little boat-like, but that said, it's still a good little car. Gets you there. And this is a perfect car in my mind for like a first-time driver. And I say that because it's not going to blow the doors off of anybody, but that's kind of not the point. You know, like, your parents don't really want you to be driving a Camaro, and if they do, that's awesome, but at the same time, not a good idea, because you're going to wrap it around a tree most likely. This car is perfect. You got plenty of room to hang out with your friends, go on road trips, make memories with this car. That's what, to me, that's what a first car really should be all about, is making those wonderful memories. It doesn't have electronic everything, but that also means that it's less weight, it's less stuff that will go wrong. You can add stuff to it if you want. You can learn how to wrench on a car, and to me, that learning how to do stuff like that is just saves you the money. It's wonderful, especially if you're a student. But anyway, the memories formed in a first car, they'll stick with you. My first car was a Toyota Corolla, and I miss that thing. Yeah, the paint was chipping off, and it had a lot of kilometers on it, but that thing didn't want to die. And that's the beautiful thing about Toyotas of this age, is that they will keep going and going and going. You just got to take care of them, you know. And a car like this, I can't see any problem with it. Drive it, love it. The only thing I will say, I wouldn't put any like performance parts in this, because really, it, like as I was showing you, that manual mode does not want to be used. Putting a cold air intake on it really isn't going to make that much of a difference. Like, come on, we're not driving a WRX here, but it does what it does well, and that's get you from point A to point B, and you're going to be comfortable doing it. And you can hang out with all your buds. So that sounds pretty good to me.